Are you ready for a new idea to use up some of these window envelopes that we've collected? I know I have, this is not even a little bit of how many I have saved. It's ridiculous, actually, but I'm still working on ideas. So this idea is to make a belly band that has a window in it. And I don't know if that's a new idea or not, but I have a little bit of a different twist on it, I think. So it's to use to put this bookmark in. It would have the bookmark go in it, and I'm going to decorate it with these little things and some gold ribbon. But the trick is I put this notch at the top, and the bookmark goes in, and then the tassel comes out and can hang out at the top of the book over the top edge. And I think that's a cool idea. I like it, so I'm going with it, and I hope you like it too. And we'll just decorate a few here. I have this little strip is a piece of potato bag and the gold ribbon in that. First, I'm going to put a little bit of stenciling on this white page to make it look a little more subdued. And I thought about using purple, but my purple is Dusty Concord, and that's what it turned out to be. And next to these dark purples, it looks pink. So I'm going to go with this, which is Speckled Egg, and it's just kind of a muted color with kind of blue undertones, which I thought would kind of blend in with this green a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Just use this little makeup brush. And this stencil is one I cut. This is a laminated bookmark from St. Jude's. And I have this die that cuts this design, and so I just made it into a stencil. So that's what I'm using. And I'm not going to put very much on here. Maybe the corner's a little bit darker. And that's just real faint there. And I'm thinking when we glue these down that maybe this back part, this back edge, should not be glued all the way up to where this notch is, so that there's a little bit of give when you're putting the tassel through the hole. And you might want to make that hole even bigger than what I did. That's just my 1-inch punch, and I made it slightly bigger than that. Slightly bigger than the 1 inch. I kind of scooted it back and forth to make it a little bit wider. That's going to be dark in that corner for sure. Okay, I don't think I'm going to put any more than that on it, she said, adding 2 more spots. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on this. This is, as I said, just a piece of that plastic stuff off of a potato bag. And I'm mainly putting on, for one reason, to cover up that line of type there that says it's a limited time and should respond right away. See how far up that goes. A little further than that. And I'll cut off what I don't need. I've got a dry wipe here somewhere that's got a lot of ink on it. Okay. A little ink, a little glue up there. And then I want to put this gold ribbon down the center of that. I like the contrast of, like, that's just plastic. I mean, it's trash basically, and then something that has gold sparkles in it. I just like that contrast. And that probably has enough glue on it already, but we'll just put a little bit more right down the center of this. Get this to stick really well. Okay. And I'm gonna leave that sticking down just a little bit. Maybe I'll give it an angle. And up here, I'll give it an angle that way too. Okay, so that is that part of it. It's already looking pretty, I think. And then I have this flower. This is a Tim Holtz die that I think it's called Wildflowers. And I'm going to put that on here. Obviously, it's going to go over the edge of that because it's not wide enough not to. What I did when I cut this down is I just decided how wide it needed to be to accommodate the bookmark in the first place. And I also wanted these to be fairly even dimensions. So I'm not sure I have it exactly the same, but it's close enough, I think. Get up here where you can see me. I just want to use this Fabri-Tac so that it sticks to everything that's on there, and I don't think glue stick would be very easy to get on this little bitty piece. I would probably wrinkle up the whole flower. Okay, that's on there now. And then I have this stamp. It's hummingbirds. I think it's kind of needlepoint or something on there. And I have this little bit of lace that was left over. Okay, I'm going to put that on there just like that. I'm going to put just a little bit of distress on that little edge there. And you don't have to do anything to the back because it's obviously going to be glued down and won't show. So we'll just slide this in here. And I think the fun part of this is that the tassel can hang over the edge of the page. So you have to be a little bit careful when you're pulling it back through to get the tassel through there easily, but I think it's going to work fine. This has a scripture on it. It says, "Praise the Lord, for his mercy endureth forever." That's one of my favorites. And I'm going to put this right back in here, and we'll start on the next one, which is going to be one that I'm planning for the Uncle Rip Pays a Visit journal, which I just made a passport for Uncle Rip this past week. So I'll show you the cover again. This is the old book cover that I made a new back for, made a new spine. So anyway, I'm going to work on that one of these days, real soon, I hope. So this is the next one I'm working on. And I went ahead and have done the tag for it. This is wallpaper from that big book I showed a while back in burlap, and then just a number. And this is one of those keys from Walmart that's brown. I don't know what that material is. Like, it kind of reminds me of the material that clipboards are made out of, only this is not nearly that thick. And I just used my gold Deco Color Premium gold paint marker to color it gold and tied it on with some of this string that I got at the thrift store, which I didn't know what I was going to use it for, but I've used it several times already, so I'm glad I got it. I think it was 75 cents or something. It wasn't very much. Okay, I'm going to put that aside for right now. And I cut, this strip came off when I was trimming down my tag to fit into the envelope. So I have it, and then I cut another strip to use. But the first thing I'm going to do is cut this envelope down to the right size. And let's put this up here. Hopefully I can see what I'm doing. I just want it to be about that wide, and I want it to be straight, hopefully. Okay. I have to do a little erasing on that. On this one, I think I'm going to leave this envelope white because I have the white number up here, and I put sketch pad paper on the back of this wallpaper to make it a little bit stiffer. So it has white going on, so I think I'm going to keep that. And the first thing I'm going to do is cut the notch up here at the top. This is my 1-inch punch, and this is wider than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the punch, and then I'm going to widen it out with my scissors so that it's not too much of a problem to get the tag in and out. Okay. And I'm just going to wing this, and hopefully it will be okay. turn it over and do it from this side. And maybe I'll have half a chance to get it even. There we go. That's just kind of a big swoop there on that one. And I think that's going to make it easier to put the tag in. We'll just give it a trial run. I may have cut that a little bit small there. I don't know. This one's going to load from this side simply because that's the way the envelope had been opened to begin with. So that just fits in there like that. I cut this strip. I think I'm going to put this down this side, and I may let that go on all the way up there a little bit, maybe strengthen that corner. Of course, that's going to be different from the other one then, but I think that's what I want to do. And then I want to put some of this on the corner and these stamps. I think this was burlap ribbon. It's like this that has the lace on it. And I just took the lace off, and then I tore off this edge on it so that I just had the burlap part. It was left over from something else I had made. Maybe that's as much as I'm really going to need on there, so we'll just do that. And I'm going to cut this long fringe back a bit. What I did before, this is where the edge was on it, the wire, and I just kind of took my finger and roughed it up, kind of holding it so I didn't pull the threads from the fabric there. But I wanted it to be just a little bit uneven and not perfect. So I think that's going to go there. And put this here. And that will make that edge stronger too, to take things in and out of it. I could put that over the burlap or under the burlap. And then I thought I'd put a couple of stamps on here. These stamps are, this one's from the Netherlands, and this one says North Borneo on it. So they're not really related, I don't think. But I kind of like that color with the color of the tag. So I think that's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to glue this strip on here with some Fabri-Tac again. Okay. Hopefully that will be enough. And then I don't glue the envelope back together. Okay. Maybe I should take the tag out while I'm doing this. Don't want to get more glue on it. Okay, I'm just going to cut this off at the bottom here. Right there. I'm just going to leave that sticking up like that. I think that looks fine. And we'll put the burlap on. And it's going to go over that corner of that too. Like that. And I think I'm going to use a glue stick on the stamps. Give me a little time to move it around if I need to or want to. Let's see. This is a 2.5-cent stamp. I don't know how old this is. It has a postmark over it, but I can't read anything it says on the postmark. I like stamps. I think they're interesting, and it gives it kind of a feel for travel, and that kind of goes along with the passport I made for Uncle Rip. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below if you want to take a look at it. I had fun doing it. It was interesting. And I was thinking I probably went to way too much detail making it, because I tried to make it like my real one is. But then I found out, I did some research, and I found out that in 1926, which is when I had him getting the passport, that Americans didn't need passports to travel abroad. So He didn't need his passport, but he got it anyway. Oh, it was silly. Anyway, I wonder if a little bit of that right there would be good. Just a little bit, about that much. Put this on there to make it stay put. Okay. I'm going to bring that over and let it go over the edge of the stamp just so it's all touching there. Okay, so that's that one. And I'll stick this back in. You could add like a stamp of a key or something on the back if you wanted to, or just leave it plain for a writing place. Oops. I did what I said I didn't want to do. I let it stick together. It's still a little bit damp. It just goes in like that. And I rounded the bottom corners because it makes it slide in and out easier. So there's that one. And this one is slightly different. This one is not a bookmark or a tag. This one is a postcard. It's from 1969, I believe. Did I see that on there somewhere? Oh, did I? Oh, there it is, 1969. American Oil Company, 1969, the American Scene Collection. And I guess they were also in collaboration with See the USA and a Chevrolet. So this was probably just a freebie that my aunt got somewhere. It was in her stuff, and I like old postcards, and I thought that would be fun to have. Anyway, this one is coffee dyed, and of course the back won't need to be done anything to, but I marked where I want to cut it down on this. So I will bring my cutter back and do that real quick. Cut this side first. I don't know if, maybe it's probably because the envelopes are slightly off, but they don't quite match up with the lines on the cutter. But I do want it to be right, not just strange shape. This is almost too thick for that. Okay. My plan is for it to be able to put it in this way. I want to have the rickrack sticking out on this edge just slightly. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the rickrack to the edge of this postcard. And I just need about that much. I'm just going to put it basically on that white part right there, and it's probably going to have glue sticking out in between the ups and downs of the rickrack, but hopefully it'll be okay. Okay. Just want it to be sticking out a little bit. And I may need to cut this back again if it's not sticking out far enough. I want it to show on the outside there, and that's not quite doing it. So I'm going to cut a little bit more off of this. It's better to have it too wide and then have to trim it a bit than to have it too narrow and it doesn't fit. Maybe just do a little bit more. I think that might do it. Okay. Let's try that and see how that does. Okay, that's kind of how I wanted it to look. So then I have this stamp. It's this stamp set again. It's M Ink, and it's this stamp. It says, let's see if I can put it where you can see it a little bit. It says, That view, though, like, oh, that view. Everything is just wonderful because the view is so nice. And I thought that would work well with this. And I'm excited to use something else on here again because I don't use these stamps very often at all. But it is a good travel thought there. So, and this one may go in Uncle Rip's journal also, since it's slightly different. I stamped it on this. This is a blue index card. It's actually one I've had a long time. The new blue is more turquoise looking, but it was this set, that color. And this was a newer set I had. See how it's more leans toward turquoise. And I thought this color looked better with this and with the rickrack. So that's why I chose to do that. I have this strip of, this is off of an IBM card that I had that has the numbers on it. I thought I might use a little bit of it on here. And I don't know if I'm going to use this tag or not. And then one of these, I thought this fit better within the embossed part, but then this one, it cuts off that black circle. And it seems like it might be a better size to go on this. So I may use that one. I'm not too sure about this blue card, though. This. I'm not sure I like that. I wonder if I could just put a little bit behind there. Maybe I'll do that. Just tear off a small piece to go there. And just have it stuck in behind. I think I like that. I don't think it needs anything else. I'm just going to keep this one really plain with just the rickrack there. Let's see, I need to glue this to that first. And then okay. And I want this to be just kind of on that side like that. And then I'll put this on. I could put something behind this, like some of this potato bag. I could put that behind there. Or a piece of lace or something. Do I like that better? Or do I just want it plain? I think I'm going to go plain this time. So many times I just put something else under there. And maybe every now and then it needs to be just plain. So this one's going to be that way. And if I don't like it, I have a few more window envelopes. I could make another one. It's ridiculous how many envelopes I have saved. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to put that there. So that was quick and easy. And if you wanted to, you could add lace or something there, or, whatever you felt like would be a cute addition. But I'm not going to add anything else to it. I'm going to let it be plain and simple this time. And then this is the one with the key on the inside and the bookmark. So that's my idea with the open top. This one doesn't have an open top. It's sticking out the side. So it's kind of not the original idea, but it's I think it's a cute idea. So I thought I'd share it with you. So I hope you like this, and I hope you give it a try and can use up some of your window envelopes too. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.